from Wall Street have not been there to represent the middle class and working families. I certainly disagree with some of his budget suggestions right now when he proposes to cut LIHEAP in half, which is the low-income heating assistance program. My state, the weather gets 20 below zero. I've got a lot of senior citizens trying to just stay alive on $13,000, $14,000 a year. We should not be cutting that program. So, it's a mixed feeling toward him. Some good things, some not so good.
Our conversation, for those of you listening on C-SPAN Radio, is with Senator Bernie Sanders, independent from Vermont. He's out with a new book called The Speech, the text of his 8.5 hours address that we carried live on C-SPAN 2 on the Senate floor on December the 10th. Matthew is joining us from Glasgow, England. Go ahead, please. Actually, it would be Scotland. Good morning, Matthew.
Hello. How's it going? I just wanted to ask the senator what he thinks about us not putting more money into education and things like that.
Well, I think it's insane. I mean, we already have an educational crisis in this country. And when I hear my Republican colleagues talking about cutting back on Pell Grants, which is the major source of federal funding to help low and moderate income kids get a college education, when I read that there are states like Texas and other states prepared to lay off around our country hundreds of thousands of teachers, clearly everybody understands that if you're going to make it into the middle class today, you need a good education. It is likely you need a college degree. Clearly everybody understands that we are losing a whole lot of kids who are dropping out. And we need to increase our educational capabilities, not diminish them. And one of the areas, by the way, that we're working hard on, it doesn't get a lot of press or attention, but we have a real crisis in child care in this country. And if you are a two-income family, and most middle-class families now have husband and wife both working, how do you provide good quality child care for your kids at an affordable cost? Well, it doesn't exist in many places in America. We've got to focus on that. We've got to treat our child care workers with respect. And we're working on legislation. We've introduced legislation to address that. So I don't think you cut teachers or cut back on education.
But James points out that more money has not resulted in any improvement in education.
I think you also have to reform education as well. There's no question about that. But to say that we should throw teachers, fire large numbers of teachers, make our classroom sizes even larger, or throw hundreds of thousands of kids off of Head Start is not a help. And to say that money does not correlate, money is important too. I think you have got to if you want to attract the best of